Greetings, everyone. Hey, Tyson, how you doing? All right. From Hollywood, it is the Energy Awareness Training for Tuesday. It's 7 o'clock here on the West Coast, 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Welcome, everybody. Getting ready to rock and have a great night. Let's see here. If you can hear me, if you guys can hear me, go ahead and click in. Good, Lewis. All right, guys are coming in. Here you are. Cool. All right. Man, we are going to rock tonight, you guys. Very excited. Very excited. So, let's go ahead and start. Oh, so many things to cover tonight. So, first of all, congratulations for being on the webinar on time, you guys. So, we're going to take a little review of what we did last week, and then we got lots of awesome new content for you today. So, see how you guys are doing. I'm competing with Donald Trump's victory speech right now. Believe me, you heard it a million times. I've heard the guy speak. He says the same thing. We've got to make America great. Build a wall. The Chinese are ripping us off. The whole system is rigged. Know that rap well. Well, the difference between that speech and this presentation is this is going to help you have a better life. More experiences, more women, more money, more friends, and less pain and sorrow. So it should be hands down on this one, you guys. You can hear me, great. Love it. What would I say about Donald Trump's energy? That's a very interesting question, because his ability to be animated and to tell the truth, that's a high vibrational energy. To be able to be direct and tell it like it is, that's a high vibrational energy. Unfortunately, anytime you start putting people down, anytime you start judging people or belittling people, that's a low vibration energy. So as you can see, his energy is in a dogfight right now. You know, he's been going up, but that low vibration energy that he continues to come into is starting to sabotage him. And that's a good example of high and low vibration energy. Sometimes low vibration energy gives you a rope. You know, sometimes it doesn't smack you immediately. Sometimes it takes a little while. But low vibration energy always attracts more low vibration energy. And what you're seeing now is the latest report today is 40% of Republicans say they won't vote for Trump. 40% of his own party. So it'll remain to be seen. Keep your eyes open, because that's a dogfight of what's going on there. Good questions. Any more questions before we begin? I'm so stoked. Got so much to show you. We've got the best vibrations, man. You're so right. This is High Vibration Energy Central. Last week's question at the beginning, can we view energy awareness as an upgrade to our instincts? Abso-freaking-lutely. In fact, let's cover that. What is instinct? Instinct is the ability to know if something's safe or not safe, whether you should go in or stay out. whether you should engage or whether you should retreat. Now, that's fundamentally one of the most important skills you need to learn in life, because your ability to make decisions about whether to move forward or move back or whether to get involved or not involved directly affects the quality of your life. So if you think about to some of the more painful episodes that you've been through, women or business projects or jobs or places to live, etc., any of life's decisions, if you think about the thing that's caused you the most pain or the most suffering, are bad decisions, which is another name for instinct. So in other words, you went through the pain and eventually got out of that situation or recovered from it, and you say to yourself, if only I had known then what I know now, I never would have gotten involved. There's a great line in a movie called Casino. In fact, I'm going to assign that for homework for you guys. I want you guys to watch the movie Casino with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci and Sharon Stone. Okay? Casino. And I want you to look at it from an energetic point of view. High vibration energy, low vibration energy people. It's about a guy who is connected to the mob, but is basically an honest guy. He's not in the mob, but he's connected with them. And he's a hardworking, honest guy, and he goes to run a casino in Vegas. And there's never a clear example of what I'm teaching you than that movie, because you begin to see everything I've described to you in the class here, which is high vibration and low vibration energy. You see high vibration energy attracts high vibration energy, low attracts low. Now, remember what I taught you last week? Low vibration energy, well, let's go over the terms here. High vibration energy, open, free, flowing, transparent, truth, strength. When you're in high vibration energy, you're healthy. It's expanding. It's moving up. It's moving out. There's happiness. There's joy. There's peace. There's beauty. There's organization. There's creativity. There's abundance. High vibration energy isn't attached to any one thing. It doesn't need any person, place, or thing to be in high vibrational energy. There's my favorite saying, high vibration energy wants the creator more than the creation, wants the light more than the light particles. So high vibration energy feels connected, feels an affinity or a connection to every living thing. There's a oneness, a connection to people. There's feelings of happiness, joy. When you're in gratitude, you're in high vibration energy. Whatever you appreciate, you're thankful for, you're grateful for, creates high vibration energy. Feelings of love, compassion, caring, sharing, service, high vibrational energy. That's the cool energy, you guys. When you're in high vibration energy, life is good and you're happy, and that's where you want to be. And the purpose of high vibration energy is to heal you, bring you out of low vibration energy, lift you up, and take you to your full potential self. So this is a benevolent energy. It's an energy that we can lean on, that we can connect to, that we can communicate to it. But it's different. It's a different energy than what we're used to. That's why I'm teaching you the skills of being able to, how to be in this energy, how to connect to it, how to use it. Because unfortunately, in this life, we live in the world of duality. And because we have high vibration energy, we have low vibration energy. Remember, low vibration energy's purpose is to keep you out of high vibration energy, number one. Two, to create chaos, disruption, and pain in you for the ultimate purposes of what? Taking you down and taking you out. So we describe low vibration energy as hard, as dark, as stuck, as constricting, as moving in, as moving down. There's stress, anxiety, fear. There's lacking, neediness, wanting, desperation. There's self-attack, thoughts, feelings, and emotions. I'm not worthy. I don't deserve it. She won't like me. Anything that disrupts us or shuts us down from feeling good. There's lust. There's obsession compulsive. And what I mean is lust is, I gotta have this thing. Oh, I need it. Oh, I can't stop myself. It's like a power overtaking you. Low vibration energy, there's shame, there's lack, there's depression. Anytime that you're feeling fear, anxiety, or stress, that's the big sign that you're in low vibration energy. The actions of low vibration energy: taking, manipulating, playing people, dominating, win-lose deal. You know, we do a deal, I win, you lose, so what? Okay, so it's more selfish. It's more wanting to create or receive for just yourself alone. Don't care about anybody else. Heck with them. And so we see low vibration energy characters, you know, dictators or tyrants or criminals. That's low vibration energy. And we know that low vibration energy comes to you. You don't have to go to it. It comes to you. It looks for you. It's looking for you. All you guys out there, it's looking for you. Looks for all of us every day. And it shows up in our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Consequently, high vibrational energy, we have to look for it. We have to call it. It's like a light switch in a room. You walk into a dark room, even though there's a light there, the light doesn't do you any good unless you flick the switch. You gotta flick the switch. And then the light goes on and everything changes. In low vibration energy, you don't have to do anything and it'll come to you. So you want to be aware of these energies. Again, I mentioned this, you know, every class, and it's important because I want you to be an expert. I review these personally every day because I want to be able to identify high vibration and low vibration energy. Now, let's get back to the original question about instinct. So the most important skill in life, or certainly one of them, is the ability to make decisions correctly that affect your lifestyle. You know, like who to get involved with, who to marry, who to work for, you know, what places to live in, what businesses to do, what people to associate with, etc. So the priceless skill you're learning now is the ability to foretell the future. So let me ask you this, guys. Would it be a valuable tool to be able to recognize and make a decision about anything that affects your life and know that you're making the right decision 99% out of 100 times? What value is that? I mean, that's everything. People, all suffering and mishap comes when you make the wrong decision. You make the wrong decision about something, you screw yourself. You didn't mean to. You thought it looked good, but you made the wrong decision. Why? Because you didn't have all the information. You didn't see, remember? You didn't see then what you see now. So the power of energetic awareness is for you not to get burned by something and have to learn your lesson because it burned you. The power of this technology is to be able to see the results before it happens. So remember the definitions. If I didn't give this to you, let me give it to you again. The definition of wisdom is the ability to see the results of your actions before you do that. Most people can't. You can, because you're learning energetic awareness. So what is energetic wisdom? Energetic wisdom is the ability to see the energy, to notice the energy of something before you get involved with it. Because we get back to the energetic laws. High vibration energy will attract more high vibration energy. Low vibration energy will attract more low. You guys, that is so important because that's the way you're going to be able to tell if you're making the right decision. By the energy. Doesn't matter what it is. Relationships, business deal, job, you know, even a place to go party. High vibration, low vibration energy. That's why when you know the terms of what high vibration energy is, you can spot the energy. You can spot how it's going to go, especially low vibration energy. Now, how many of you guys have gotten involved with girls and they were hot and they were sexy and they had all kinds of problems going on, but you didn't care because she was hot and she was sexy and you got involved with her? You know, when you had some great monkey sex in the beginning, and then all of a sudden you had to take on all this drama and all this rescuing and all this baloney that you hadn't anticipated, and all of a sudden now you're in this relationship and you're getting an ounce of pleasure and a pound of pain or 10 pounds of pain dealing with all the drama and the BS. That's what I'm talking about. And then every time you get involved in a low vibration energy situation, it's never worth it. Write that down. It's never worth it. Because remember I taught you last week, the low vibration energy comes to us in disguise. Comes to us in disguise. Can't present itself as low vibration energy because we never go near it. You know, if a girl walks up to you and she says, yeah, I'm low vibration energy, I'm going to steal your money, I'm going to bang your best friend, and I'm going to embarrass you. You interested? You know, what would we say? No, thanks. But they don't tell you that, right? It's not till later you find that out. Not in the beginning, find that out later. Later when you're already involved, when you've already got an investment, when you've already physically or emotionally or financially invested in the situation. And then it's hell to get out. That's an example of low vibration energy. So it comes to us in disguise. Now, today's first lesson is, I want you to, well, let me check out any questions on that, on the review. What about desire as an energy? All right, Chan, good question. What about desire as an energy? Okay. Let me answer that here in a little bit. I'll come back to that question because it has to do with what we're going to cover today. There are two energies that we're constantly interacting with. And of course we want to stay in the high vibration energy, but so often we get sucked into the low vibration energy. Why is that? Because primarily there are three types of people. New content tonight, you guys, please write this down. Three types of men. There's number one, primal man, or what's known as caveman. And caveman or primal man is a slave to his urges, to the body's urges. See, you guys, the body, your body has its own agenda. So energetically speaking, we are souls or energetic beings inhabiting this body. Now, as you well know, or you'll find out tonight, your body has its own agenda. Your body wants to sleep when it wants to sleep, wants to screw when it wants to screw. Doesn't care who, what, where. So primal man, which used to be caveman, when it was hungry, it would leave the cave. It would look around. It would see an animal. It would bump on the head, bring the animal back to the cave, cook it, and eat it. When primal man was horny, he'd leave the cave. He'd go looking around. He'd see a woman, bonk on the head, bring her back, have sex. Primal man, sleepy. Drop to the floor and sleep. Obeying those urges. That's what a caveman does. Well, you can't do that anymore. You know, it's obsolete. But the body still calls us with its urges. So there are people who still practice primal man activities, and they primarily all live in the same place. Jail. People who don't have any regard for other people and want what they want when they want it, don't care who they hurt. That's where they end up, in jail. Okay. Number 2 is ordinary man. Ordinary man. An ordinary man is motivated by pleasure, seeks pleasure, and wants to avoid pain. That's the ordinary average guy. Wants to look for pleasure, wants to avoid pain. Now, that's what everybody does. However, you guys are energetically aware now. So what's the problem with that? What's the problem with just being an ordinary guy? Hey, I'm just going for all the pleasure I see, and I just want to stay away from all the pain. The problem with that is, if you're not energetically aware, you won't know that we live in the world of duality, that this is an energetic world, and that there's 2 energies operating in this world. One of them wants to take you down. One of them wants to take you down. One of them wants to build you up. Now, the one that wants to take you down comes in disguise, and it comes masquerading as pleasure. What's behind that pleasure is massive pain. Like the example I got about the hot chick who was super sexy and attractive, but got you into a situation where that quickly faded, and then all this drama, low vibration energy, rescuing took place, and then all of a sudden, it was all you could do to get out of it. So if you think about it, what gets you in, what has gotten you in trouble or brought pain to you or suffering or the stuff that you didn't want was something that was masquerading as pleasure. A girl. Ooh, so good. Or maybe a money deal for you business guys, Ooh, I can triple my money overnight. Or ooh, I can get this 57 Chevy, from a little old lady from Pasadena, supposedly. All these things that promise pleasure, but the flip side of them is you're getting ripped off, or there's pain involved, or there's stuff going on. That's why average man's life is up and down. The world duality, up and down, up and down. That's why so many people say life makes no sense. It's a crapshoot. You just live and take your chances. It's you're like a leaf in the wind. Well, you would think that if you're not energetically aware. The energetically aware. Here's number 3. Energy aware man, and that's what you guys are becoming. Energy aware man. Energy aware man understands that we live in the world of energy, An energy aware man is very aware of the law of the paradox. Okay, please write this down. Law of the paradox. Law of the paradox simply states that things are the way they seem to be sometimes, and things aren't the way they seem to be sometimes. In other words, you never know. Sometimes it is what it is, and sometimes it is what it isn't. So what that's saying is that we live in illusion. And so ordinary man doesn't know that. He thinks everything is the way it seems to be, and it's not. Sometimes it is, a lot of times it's not. Energy aware man says, whoa, when I step out that door in the morning, I'm walking into an energy field. I'm walking in an energy field that's represented as people, places, things, activities. And things aren't always what they seem. People aren't always what they seem. Activities aren't always what they seem. You know, how many times has somebody invited you to do something? Hey, what are you doing Sunday? You're in shape. You go to the gym, right? Yeah. Hey, let's run a 10K. Come on, we'll have a lot of fun and have a picnic. Yeah, come on, it'll be fun. Okay, I guess I could. I'm in shape. Well, you run that 10K, man, and you're half dead, God forbid, and you're sore for weeks because you weren't in shape. Sounded like a good idea when he said it. You know, get some exercise, get some sunshine. But yet it wasn't what it seemed. And because it wasn't what it seemed, and you overdid it, and you weren't prepared for it, you got pain to deal with from being out of shape or hurting your ankle or whatever you did. So that illustrates the point. So the energetically aware man says, whoa, I'm living in an energy field here, and I can't go by what I see. Can't go by what I hear. Why? Because I live in a world of illusion, and my eyes can deceive me, my ears can deceive me. We've all had that experience. So what we look for is the energy. Is this high vibration or low vibration energy? In other words, for the definition, is this transparent? Is it open? Is it free? Is it flowing? Is it feeling pretty good? Is it abundant? Does it lift me up when I'm part of this thing? Does this person, place, or thing lift me up? Does it bring me to a higher vibration energy? Does it stimulate kindness, good, sharing, ambition, moving up, all that good stuff? Or is it kind of sometimes dramatic, sometimes stressful, a little anxious, kind of dark, kind of needy, kind of up and down, kind of moving in? You get the picture. So you want to be able to navigate that in people, places, or things. To the degree that you're able to do that is the degree that you're going to be happy and peaceful and living in a high vibration energy. People who ignore this, it's like being blindfolded and walking out into a minefield. Okay? That's the power of what you guys are learning. And this is why here in my offices here in Beverly Hills, we have a who's who of the people in the sports and entertainment world, coming to get this information. Because no matter what your situation is, if you're high profile or low profile, if you've got millions of dollars or you don't, this is essential. These are essential skills for living, for the human experience. Okay, hope I've made that clear. So, what did I just say? 3 types of guys, 3 types of men: primal, average, and average or ordinary, and energetic or aware. So I'm teaching all of you to be energetically aware. First up of the energies outside of you and the energies inside you. Okay? Back to the duality. Energies outside of you and the energies inside of you. So just being aware of the energies outside of you will save you a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of effort if you can just go, whoa, this is a low vibration, it feels like low vibration energy. Stay away. Now, again, one of my students yesterday came and they said, well, I've got this situation with a relative, with a brother, and trying to help my brother in my profession. And my brother's, he drinks too much and he's kind of a ne'er-do-well, and this student is very successful in what he does. So he's trying to bring, the brother on, and he says, my mother says, take care of my brother. One guy's 35 and the brother's 30. I mean, we're not talking kids here. And I said, he goes, so I don't know what to do about this. Now, I never give advice, but I always point back to energy. So he says to me, I'm trying to help my brother. I got him this great gig, with my company, and too late. I got him this great gig with my company, and he screwed it up and he embarrassed me. And then I took him to a get together, to a party with some of my high-end friends and clients, and guys drinking too much and embarrassed me. I'm trying to help this guy out, and I don't know what to do about it. And my parents are still paying his expenses, etc. So he goes, what should I do? And I say, look, what did I teach you from day one? High vibration energy attracts more high vibration energy. Low vibration attracts low vibration energy. So my student is a high vibration energy guy. He's successful, and he's moving up. Got great people. His brother is obviously screws up the appointments he gives them, makes a bad impression with his clients, shows up drunk, is late for appointments. That's obviously low vibration energy. So when he said to me what to do about it, I said, well, I can predict what's going to happen, like I'm a freaking gypsy. Even though they can't predict the future, but that's beside the point. You can predict where that behavior is going to go. It's a low vibration energy trend. You guys know about trends. Trends are moving up. Trends are moving down. So there's no. He had a lot of guilt with that, kind of like, oh, what should I do about this? What should I do about that? Well, if you want to destroy your business, if you want to destroy your reputation, and if you want to lose all your friends, keep your brother coming along. Bring him along everywhere you go. Bring him into your business. Be a nice guy. So I think you got the message. So this is so important, because and you might be saying, well, Glenn, isn't compassion high vibration energy? You bet it is. Isn't kindness high vibration energy? You bet it is. But high vibration energy is also intelligent, and intelligence understands the energetic laws. Now, to help someone is a good thing, but let me give you another energetic law. And you guys write this down. You should tattoo this on your forehead, what I'm about to tell you. This guy's supposed to be on the thing here, and he wasn't. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna let you wait for a minute here. Aaron B. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna tell you. When people show you who they are, you writing this down? When people show you who they are, believe them. When people show you who they are, believe them. So if you don't believe them, you're going to suffer. Now, I had one girlfriend, and she was really something, man. She was beautiful, intelligent, sexy, one of my all-time, my Hall of Fame. And she told me up front when I started to date her, she says, I don't know if you want to date me because guys don't seem to do well who date me. I go, what do you mean? And she said, well, they either, become too possessive or their lives go upside down or they freak out. I don't know. So being the egomaniac I was back then, having mastered game of being able to get them, I said, oh, you're with a real man, babe. I know how to handle you. And I did handle her for about a month and a half. And then this low vibration energy hurricane just pulled me in. And what pulled me in? Thinking I was going to get pleasure, thinking I was going to get a hot girlfriend, be having great sex every night, smart, intelligent, great girl. Thought I was going to get pleasure. So I went in. I didn't look for the energy because I didn't know what that was back then. So I went in. And for the first few months, it was great. And then what happens? The energy changed. And then everything I got into the relationship for started to dissolve and go away. And everything that I didn't get into the relationship for, pain, sorrow, suffering, emerged. And then it was just trying to find my way out of this dark cave. So, I'm mentioning this because this is the way that the energy works. And you want to, excuse me, and you want to be aware of that. You want to be aware of how the energy works. It's all energy, man. Now, today, I would want to be an energy aware guy and go, what's the energy around this? High or low? Now, I'm giving you the definitions so you'll be able to spot it. But some of you will ask me, well, what if you don't know? What if you don't know? What if it seems to be half of this and half of that? And I'm not really sure. Okay. Good question. I think I asked that, but good question anyway. Let's go back to our definitions of high vibration and low vibration. All the wisdom in the world, all the answers to what you ever should do about anything is all found in the energetic laws. High vibration energy is flowing. It's free. It's easy. It moves in order. Low vibration energy is in a rush. It's got to do it. We got to do this thing. We got to grab it. Come on. There's got drama. Like that. So when you have to make a decision about something, notice the energy around it. So if you don't know, if you're making a decision about person, place, or thing, and you don't know, it could be a little bit of, I'm not sure. It looks good. I'm not sure. Great. What's the energy around getting it? Is it, you better grab it now? Gotta get now. Now or not? It's now or never. Gotta come. This is it. This is it. It's your one chance. Or what does that sound like? Obsessive, compulsive, needy, desperate. Low vibration energy. High vibration energy makes a decision and moves forward in flow, in alignment, in peace. So if it's a good deal now, it'll be a good deal tomorrow. You know, if she's all willing and wants me to come back, and once again, you know, she's just anxious for me to do this thing. If it's a good deal now, it'll be a good deal tomorrow. But if I jump on it, if I go into the energy of, oh, I better grab it, I'm moving into low vibration energy, and I can guarantee you there's low vibration energy waiting for you when you get there. How many of you guys, you know, you made a decision on something, and you know, you said, oh, I better do it now. I better grab it now. I don't want to lose this. You know, and you chased after something that you should have run from. So when you move into the desperate or a needy, or a needy energy frame, you're moving in a low vibration energy. And since low vibration energy attracts more low vibration energy, that's probably what you're getting yourself into. So if you're not sure, then you can just hold off. Hey, I don't know the right move now. You know, I don't know. I've had, you know, girls who are really pushy and coming on to me and ready to go for it right here and then. It told me that was an ordinary man who just runs after pleasure and didn't recognize that it was masking pain. Whoa, got burned so many times with that. Now I'm energetically aware. Now the lure of that pleasure doesn't excite me so much. I'm not on automatic pilot. I'm not obsessive or compulsive or needing it, because I know it could be a trap. So if I run in there, I have no protection. Okay? If I hold off and wait until I have a good feeling about it, or I get some kind of signal, you know, in the class, as you learn how to be more in a high vibrational energy, you'll start to notice signals, you know, where it just feels right, or it feels open, or it's transparent, or any other. That's the way to protect yourself. Okay. Now, I had another student of mine today. Great guy from Europe, you know, studying energy awareness training. You know, he got weak, and when he was tired of something and went after a girl and didn't use protection, and was concerned about, hey, you know, maybe I hope I didn't pick something up. I said, well, that's not a smart move. You know, you meet strange girls and, you know, you don't protect yourself. He says, I know I was tired and I was stressed out, and, you know, I had an opportunity, so I just wanted to grab it. I said, oh, okay. What does that sound like? Sounds like low vibration energy to me. And he goes, yeah. I said, okay. So you made a sudden decision, you know, to sleep with a girl without protection that you didn't know. Well, doing that's another story, but for another class. But at least that action itself, he went in for. He thought, there's pleasure ahead, pleasure ahead. Ooh, okay. This thing's happening awful fast. You know, I don't have protection that would be, you know, to protect myself, but if I don't get it now, it might go away. I better grab it. Right? It's exactly what I'm telling you, which is exactly what he did. So what happens? He got his ounce of pleasure, and now for the last month, he's been worried about, you know, did I pick something up? I better go to the doctor. I got an appointment tomorrow to find out if I get any, you know, STDs. for that one little pop, he's got worry and stress and low vibration energy for a month, and hopefully the news is going to be good. But if it's not, holy smokes. You see what I'm getting at, you guys? I'm teaching you life essential skills, which is how to be smart and not how to be stupid. Average man, if he keeps making mistake after mistake, is stupid. Doesn't learn from his mistakes. Okay? Now, we can't avoid pain. Okay? It's part of the human experience, because unfortunately it's through pain that you learn. When you're in pain, God forbid, you pay attention. You know, when you lose something or you're going through some kind of pain, you know, whoa, got your attention on something. And it takes that usually for us to learn. So if you learn, and this is how this work developed from me. I learned, I went through the pain. Unfortunately for me, I went through it 4 or 5 or 6 times before I finally got the message that there's more going on than meets the eye. You don't have to. You don't have to. If you get the energetic laws, you can dodge the bullet. Now, some of you will test the energetic laws, as some of my students do. Be my guest. And when the low vibration energy burns you, as it's his job to do, you'll fully be aware of this sentence that I learned last week, which is humiliation brings humility. Humiliation brings humility. Humility is a high vibration energy trait. It's the opposite of low vibration energy, making it about me. I'm the guy. It's all about me. Wonderful. So all of us, in our experience, have been humiliated when things didn't go the way we wanted, when the girl didn't do what we wanted her to say, when the job didn't go as we wanted her to say, when we didn't get the job we wanted, or they didn't pick us for football or kickball in school. And that brings, hopefully, 1 of 2 choices: high vibration or low vibration. If it's high vibration, you learn humility, and you learn to be, wow, you learn maybe you're not the king of the universe. Maybe there's other people to consider, and you become more aware of compassion and service and including others. Or low vibration energy says, the world's screwed. I was a victim. F the world. I'm going to rebel against it, and then become bitter. Better, bitter, bitter, better. Hopefully you become better. Okay, I hope this is sinking in, you guys, because this is priceless. The decisions that you have, you'll be making decisions in the future that affect the whole quality of your life. And if you're awake and you're listening to what I'm telling you, and I'm teaching you here, you'll make great decisions, and you'll be happy, and you'll dodge the bullet, and you'll be energetically aware. And it's my intention for you guys to keep moving up in high vibrational energy. Okay? All right. That's that for that. Let's take any questions. Let's check out what's going on. Man, I'm not totally, I'm serious when I got in this program. It seemed pretty urgent. It was like now or never. Okay. But this doesn't seem like low vibration energy. Trolling. Don't understand. Let's see. I'm not trolling. I'm serious. Lewis, I don't know if this question is okay. Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm not trolling. I'm serious. When I got into this program, it did seem pretty urgent. It was like now or never. Where'd everybody go? Hold on. I'm coming back to you. There I am. Well, here's the thing. As far as making changes, urgency, like any of the other things I'm going to describe to you, can be two energies. Urge vibration and anything that's going to hurt me, and I don't care. I know it's not good for me. You know, whether you're smoking cigarettes or taking drugs or getting with some girls that are bad news. That's the low side of urgency. Okay, I don't care. I'm doing this anyway. So again, we go back to the board. Lust, obsessive, compulsive, needy, lacking, stress, etc. For the purpose of what? Desire, getting something that's going to temporarily give you some pleasure. The other side of urgent, which is high vibrational energy, is going, I'm not where I want to be. I've been spinning my wheels for so long. I need to make changes, and I'm ready to take immediate and massive action to help myself move up in high vibrational energy, to improve myself, to educate myself, to lift myself up. Okay, now that's high vibration energy urgency. Okay, you guys get the difference? So clarify, the obsessive and compulsiveness is for something that is described as low vibration energy, which is, I'm obsessive about this chick, man. I gotta do it. Gotta get her. Really? Okay. For what? To fulfill a desire. Now, if you don't ask yourself, what's the source of that desire? Okay. And if you're not clear what the energy is, that's what I'm telling you. That's low vibration energy, which is low vibration energy ahead. So being urgent about wanting to make a change in your life, that's high vibration. And that's a high vibration energy action. Now that's a good question. And I'm glad you guys are thinking, because remember, the low vibration energy wants to block you from going into high vibration energy. That's its job. Keep you separated from going into high vibration energy by creating chaos and disruption for the purposes of taking you down. Now, when you're energetically aware, what I'm teaching you how to do is to spot that low vibration energy and to immediately make a shift. Go, whoa, it's low vibration energy. If I keep hanging with this person or going down this road or staying in this activity, I'm going to suffer. Immediate change. Hope that clarifies it, because this gets more, I'm giving you the general picture, but as we get more advanced, so do the energies. The energies get more advanced, and especially the low vibration energies get more sneaky. When you're on to how it's working, it becomes more clandestine, secretive in how it works, and we can trace all of the behaviors or the results that you're getting or not getting in your life. It's all energetic. Every problem at its basic nature, at its lowest surface, is energetic. That's why the solutions to all problems at the core are energetic. Remember, there's the 10% that you can see, and there's the 90% that you can't see. The Titanic wasn't sunk by the 10% it could see. It was sunk by the 90% that it couldn't see. Okay, so great question. I'll take a couple more. Okay, Tuan, after doing the exercise, it seems that high vibrational energy is blissful and calm. Yes. How do I relate this when you are hustling and pushing forward to achieving your goals? It seems like a different type of energy, yet it feels good. Okay, good question. So I'm not saying that when you're in high vibration energy, you're just lethargic, you're just staying here. What I am saying is high vibration energy is blissful. It's tranquil. It's open. It's also flowing. It's also moving. High vibration energy is moving. Now, low vibration energy is frenetic. That's up, it's down, it's in, it's out, it's all like this. High vibration energy is moving, it's calm, it's in alignment. So when you do your work, I do my work, the first thing I do is I make sure I'm in high vibrational energy. So why? So if I'm radiating high vibration energy in my energy field, I'm going to attract more high vibration energy to me. So I never leave the house unless I'm in high vibrational energy. Okay? Never leave the house. And I suggest you don't do the same. Why would you? That's like leaving the house, with your shirt unbuttoned or your tie crooked. You got to prepare yourself for the world that you're about to connect to, right? The world that you're about to embrace or that you're about to get paid for. And you need to use every skill. You guys on this webinar, you guys are learning a skill that can put you head and shoulders above your competition. Why? Because you're able to see things. You're able to see things that the average person can't see. You're able to know things that the average person doesn't know. And that gives you an unfair advantage. So please use it in high vibrational energy. Okay? Hope that answers that question. Okay, answering a few more questions and we'll go to the next segment here. Glenn Matronian answered that one. What about desire is energy? Okay, interesting word, desire. Okay, we're all desire machines. Every human being is a desire machine. When the baby comes out of the womb, what are his hands doing? Baby wants to receive. We all want to receive. All of us, we want. Again, that's just an energy. Okay? That's just an activity. Let's put it that way. What's the energy on it? If I have a desire to receive, well, I'll just describe it to you. If I'm in high vibrational energy, I have the desire to receive. I want to receive all the good things in life. I want to have a great girl. I want to have a great job. I want to have great health. I want to have great friends. And the desire, which is neutral, is either going to be in high vibration or low vibration. So the way I describe this is, if you're in high vibrational energy, that wants to share, that wants to be open, that wants to pass along love, good feelings, that wants everyone to win, that is expanding and moving up and creating more unity and more oneness, a better world, a better environment, a better relationship, better friendship. Low vibration energy is the desire to receive for yourself alone, for just you. I don't care about what anybody else, I want what I want. I want to get this, I want to get it. I don't care about anybody else. And you always want to be careful of that when doing game. A lot of teachers teach, hey man, do this technique and you can get her to do this and get her to. I don't recommend any of that. I recommend always being in high vibrational energy. Whatever experience you have with someone, make it so they get something out of it too. They create value. So especially in your relationships, when you're doing game, create value for the girl you're talking to. Create a situation where you're attracting, and creating something that's mutually beneficial, instead of you trying to get something off her or trying to get this and that kind of thinking. I don't subscribe to that kind of thinking, because I think it's low vibration energy. If your ultimate goal is to get something out of someone, then that's a win-lose strategy. It's about you. It's not about both of you. And remember, every energetic interaction, there's two energies there. There's you and the person or the activity or the place or the organization, there's always an energetic exchange. I always want to exchange high vibrational energy in everything I'm doing. Why? So I'll get high vibration energy back. You exchange low vibration energy, people, you're going to get it back. Okay, I'm going to illustrate this story here. Make this pretty clear. So, high vibration energy attracts more high vibration. Low vibration energy attracts more low vibration energy. Okay? All right. So about a year ago, you know, where I live here in Beverly Hills, West Market, a couple blocks away. So I was going to the market midday and got my stuff and was driving out of the parking lot. I was about to take a left-hand turn back to my house. So I look around, nobody coming that way, nobody coming this way. Great. Start to take my left-hand turn. And all of a sudden, this car comes racing down the street about 100 miles an hour in a residential area, just freaking jamming, you know, 100 miles an hour. And all of a sudden, I start to make the turn, and there the guy is. Slams on his brakes. It's like, whoa, I'm caught. Slams on his brakes, skids to about maybe 3 feet from my car. Okay. So I'm thinking to myself, obviously this guy's going to apologize since he's breaking the law, since he's going 100 miles an hour, since he almost hit me. So I roll down the window, and he rolls down his window, and instead of apologizing, the guy starts screaming at me, calling me names, blaming me for being in the middle of the road while he's screaming down. Okay? Tons of low vibration energy coming my way. Okay? Lots of low vibration energy coming my way. Now, what does low vibration energy want to attract? More low vibration energy. So I was flabbergasted. I can't believe this guy. Who does he think he is? He's clearly wrong and I'm clearly right. This guy could have hurt someone. So, and then he's screaming at me and he wants to fight. You know, he wants to have it out there on the street. Have it out there on the street. Now, I hate to admit this, but the old Glenn, who was average man, would have said, I'm going to go teach this guy a lesson. I'm going to go kick this guy's ass because he deserves it. And it's just. Yeah, I did that a couple of times. And what did it do? It brought more low vibration energy. So here's this guy, you know, screaming and cursing. And I decided to follow the energetic laws. So instead of cursing the guy, I said, hey man, hope you drive more carefully. You know, you're driving 100 miles an hour. Please be careful. Okay? I'm blessing the guy. You know, he's all, and I'm going, hope you have a nice day. Take care of yourself. Everything's going to be okay. You're probably in a bad mood. Everything's going to get better. The guy's just throwing as much high vibration energy. The guy wants to fight. The guy wants to curse. And I'm like, high vibrational energy. Now, of course, would it feel good to go over there and punch that guy out for almost hitting me and for being an asshole? You bet it would. It would feel great for a minute. But you know what? That pleasure is just pain in disguise. Because if I go over there to teach him a lesson, I either kick his ass and bloody my hand or get into an altercation, and the police come and take me away for assault and him to the hospital, or vice versa. He kicks my ass and I go to the hospital, God forbid, and the police take him away. Either way, it's only low vibration energy ahead. A clear case of low vibration energy only attracts more low vibration energy. So I kept sending high vibrational energy to the guy because I didn't want to ruin my day. So I had to take a little bit of pain. Yeah, a little bit of pain, a little bit of self-restraint, a little bit of pushing back the initial wanting to get revenge, wanting to be Clint Eastwood, kick his ass, because I wanted to stay in high vibration energy, and I wanted to avoid the trap of low vibration. Come on over, Glenn. Come on over. Come on over and fight. Come on over and kick his ass. Come on, show him a lesson. Come on over. No thanks. Not interested. I see who you are. I know where this energy is coming from. Not interested. So end of the story is I keep wishing the guy a happy day. He keeps cursing me. I wish him a happy day. He keeps cursing me. I wish him to be careful. He keeps cursing me. I say, I hope you don't run into anybody, you know, please drive slower so you don't get hurt. Finally, he gave up and he sped away. And I took my left turn and went home and was feeling great and continued to stay in my high vibrational energy. I didn't let a low vibration energy individual try to pull me down. And that's what low vibration energy individuals do to you. They try to pull you down. That's their job. They don't even know it. The guy didn't know he was in low vibration energy. He didn't even know what energy was because he was average man. Doesn't know about the energetic laws. Doesn't know that he's being played, that these energies can hack into your thoughts, can hack into your emotions and disturb you, you know, and stir you up. Okay, but I knew, and I avoided, and I dodged another bullet. God forbid, bullet. Weird example, but I avoided a low vibration energy confrontation. Okay, so this is what I'm teaching you guys how to do. You know, all of us have made so many mistakes because we didn't recognize the energy. We let that average man wanting pleasure, you know, and our ego, which we'll be talking about more in upcoming classes, this ego, this is the driver. Maybe I'll talk about it tonight. It's the driver that wants to pull you into darkness. If you don't know that it's not your thoughts. Remember what I told you about my story about crossing the Golden Gate Bridge? I'm having a great day, and this thought says, hey, drive into the ongoing traffic and see what happens. What? That's not my thought. I wouldn't think that. Somebody or something else is hacking into my head. And now I know. And that same thing is hacking into your head. Anytime you have a low vibration energy, thought, feeling, or emotion, that's not who you are. That's a nice little visit from Uncle Low Vibration Energy that just wants to take you down, man. All it wants is to take you down, cause chaos and disruption, and destroy you. And if you're not aware of that, you'll go along for the ride. So remember, when people show you who they are, believe them. When people say, you know, warn you, believe them. You know, just as an example, you know, in Germany in the early 30s, you know, Hitler wrote a book about what he wanted to do. He wanted a world to conquer, and he wanted to destroy the Jews. 1923 wrote that book, and he only any appearance or anytime he spoke, that's what he professed. They didn't believe it. Oh, he'd never do that. Oh, that's ridiculous. No one would do that. They didn't believe him. That's what happens when you don't believe them. When you don't believe someone, when they show you who they are, you don't believe them. It gets out. So remember this line on this train of thought, you guys. If you permit it, you promote it. If you permit it, you promote it. So You know, if you let low vibration, if you allow yourself to be around low vibration energy, let's say outside in people, places, or things, you might as well be promoting it because it's going to affect you. If you go to places where they're low vibration energy places, you know, oh, don't be surprised if a fight breaks out. Don't be surprised if somebody's caught selling drugs. Don't be surprised if there's hookers there. It's low vibration. That's what low vibration energy places are. You know, activities. Here in LA, we have people who do drag races on the streets. And in over the hill there's this place called Mulholland Drive. They do drag races at night, you know, illegal drag races. You know, you've seen probably Fast and Furious, that guy Paul Walker. You know, he was part of that scene. And he and his buddy, who just got a brand new, you know, turbo 7,000 horsepower, you know, Porsche, decided to go for a ride, you know, and the guy decided to open the thing up in a residential area and wrap himself around a pole. Low vibration energy activities, low vibration energy results. So remember I told you about homework about watching Casino? So I want you to study the Robert De Niro character. And I want you to study the Sharon Stone character. And I want you to study the Joe Pesci character. One's high vibrational energy. One's high vibrational energy. One's low vibration energy disguised as high vibrational energy. And one of them is just plain low vibrational energy. No two ways about it. End of story. Low vibration energy. And notice the dance between them. Notice what happens between them. You can get that movie on Amazon for $5. You can watch it at Netflix or watch it. But watch that, and we'll be discussing that thoroughly in our next class. Okay? Good stuff tonight, huh, you guys? And there's more, but that's not all. There's more here. Let me take a little breather here, read a couple questions. Okay, Chan, I hope that answered your question about desire. Glenn, last week's Q, you said to ask you at the beginning, can we view energy awareness as an upgrade to our instincts? I hope that answered your question, because I just spent the first part of the class answering that question. Is it an upgrade to our instincts? Yes, it is your instincts. High energetic awareness is your instinct. It's an upgrade. It's an expansion to your instincts. Your instincts, a lot of times, are deceiving. Same thing with animals. Animals are instinctual, but they make mistakes. Like the gazelle whose instinct, who saw a lion over about 100 yards away, and her instinct said, well, as long as he's 100 yards away, I'm safe. Wrong. Oops, I miscalculated. Goodbye, gazelle. So much of life is using your instincts. And as you move higher in high vibrational energy, your instincts will just expand. Your intuition will expand. Your wisdom will expand. Because what we are sending and receiving signals, you guys. That's what we are. We're electric, energetic, sending and receiving signals. So we're constantly receiving energy. We're constantly giving energy out. It's an exchange. Everything is an energetic exchange in this world. Now, if I have an antenna, say this is an antenna here. Okay, my antenna here, my favorite Martian. If my antenna is corroded and filled with rust, then I'm not going to get too good of a signal. You know, if my antenna is weak or corroded or dirty, not going to get a good reception. So I'm not going to be receiving much because the antennas, at their present state, aren't able to receive all the energies that are out there. So what we're going to be doing here in this class is learning how to clean our antennas. Clean our antennas. Very important. All right. I'll take a few more questions here. You guys learning something tonight? Just checking you out, checking you out. Okay, Rasmus. Is it possible to shift into high vibration when you've already become extremely nervous and have a bodily response? You have to get out. That's what I'm going to teach you now. So duality exists within every concept like desire. Yeah, we live in the world of duality. Now, when we start moving into high vibration energy, we're going to leave the world of duality. So remember the definition I gave you of this work. I'm going to remind you again. I want you guys memorizing this. The purpose of this work, energy awareness training, is to leave low vibration energy, to clean and clear, identify, clean and clear low vibration energy, and move into an operational high vibrational energy awareness, so that you're in high vibrational energy 24/7. And that means that you've created a place inside yourself that you're radiating high vibrational energy and staying in this energy independent of what anything or anybody or whatever's happening outside yourself. And I'm going to be showing you this more in the coming classes. But this is our goal. High vibrational energy, no matter what anybody or anything's doing outside. That's the way you can, that's the only way you can be emotionally or in this world, is to be free of outside influences. I'm going to show you how to do that. So hang tight. We can more on that on our next class. I want to answer a couple more questions before we go into the next. What are we doing time-wise? Pretty good. Okay. Okay, no new questions. Just, where are you guys? There are criminals that never get punished. Really? Never get punished, huh? Well, here's my take on that. Growing up, I watched a guy named Pablo Escobar, who was at the time the world's richest man, who was the #1 exporter of cocaine in the world. And this guy, everybody knew, he was he was a drug dealer, killed people, low vibration energy guy. Had some high vibration energy to him. We bought soccer fields for his home village and probably, built churches and stuff. And you wonder, I used to wonder, I go, wow, it's a bad guy, years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Guy's been doing this. It wasn't, I think it was 17 years. So what happens is low vibration energy operates either one of two ways. It either smacks you soon after you get involved with it, or if you're committed to being a low vibration energy fellow, if you're just going, man, I'm like the Joe Pesci character in Casino. If you're just going, you know what, I'm a low vibration energy guy, man. I just want to steal, rob, take, rape. Hey, I don't care. It's my deal. That's what I choose. Great. Low vibration energy will give you some protection, and you'll get a nice run for a while. You see that all the time. You'll have a nice little run. And that energy can protect you for a little while because of service of the darkness. And believe me, that darkness has some energy. Not anywhere near as much as the light, but it has a little energy here. You can see it. So what happened to old Pablo, he got a nice 17-year run, and then boom, the guy was shot on a rooftop about 50 times. And they threw his body in one of those pig troughs. It was a video on it. It wasn't too pretty. Let's take another guy. Remember John Gotti? The Teflon gangster? He was really big in the late 90s. Man, they called him the Teflon Don. They try him and they arrest him and you get out. And they arrest him and they get out. And they arrest him and they get out. And people are thinking, wow, the guy's Teflon Don. He's they can't get to him. He's invincible. So he had about a 12-year run, something like that. Then what happened to him? Guy went down hard. Was sentenced to like 150 years solitary confinement. Was just angry and bitter and developed cancer in prison and died a horrible death. Didn't get away. I can go on. Does some slip through? Yeah, most don't. Bernie Madoff, same thing. Doing his thing, got away for it. 15, 20 years, bam. And now he's sitting in prison. I'll tell you what, if he could, he'd give it all back just for his freedom. He'd say, yeah, I lived like a billionaire, for 15 years. And what did it get me? I'm here alone. My one son committed suicide. The other one died of cancer. They both hated me. My wife's divorced me. I'm sitting in prison here for the rest of my life. I got 7 life sentences. I'm never getting out of here. That's the way the low vibration energy works, guys. Gives you a little bit of pleasure. Bernie had a great life when he was getting away with it. He was a tough guy. You'll see that in casino. It's exactly the way the low vibration energy works. You get your pleasure up front. You're a tough guy. Bang, 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 bang. The karma always catches up to you because low vibration energy has to move and create more low vibration energy. Okay, hope I made that point. All right. Okay, let's go into some new content here. Gonna wrap up soon. Okay, I want to talk to you about the ego mind. The ego mind, ego, EGO, stands for exit goodness out. Could be exit God out, exit grace out, exit goodness out, eject goodness out. So if you haven't noticed, you've got a voiceover in your head, a yacker that says, do this, don't do this, don't this, no, you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. That's good, that's bad. It's a yak, it's just a relentless critic. You're this, you're that, you're not enough this, you should be doing this, you're not enough this, you don't deserve it, you're not. Guys, we have 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. And according to different sources, as much as 50 to 60% or more are negative thoughts or low vibration energy thoughts. Did I lock the front door? Did I pay that bill? Did I remember the groceries? Are we out of milk? Everything that's just kind of like a prick, a pinprick, just like, and it's that voice that says, you should be worried about this. You should be worried about that. What if this happens? What if that happens? Oh. So this thing we call the ego mind is the henchman of low vibration energy. And this voiceover is his job to bring your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions into low vibration energy, to separate them from high vibrational energy, to cause chaos and disruption, to ultimately take you down. How about you're in the middle of the night? You know, sometimes, you know, we have on the street, we have parking, and we have you know, the street sweeper parking. You leave your car on the wrong side of the street on street sweeping day, it's a $98 ticket. You know, they don't fool around here. So, middle of the night, did I park the car? What night is it? What day is it? Oh, is it Wednesday? Is it night street? Is my car on the right side? Okay, yeah. I don't know. Did I park it? Maybe I gotta get up and find out. Stuff like that. Am I ready for tomorrow? What does the boss want? Do I have enough money? Am I gonna be able to make rent this month? All that. That's low vibration energy. That's the ego mind just disrupting you, hassling you, haranguing you. You know, I call it the emotional terrorist in your head. I'm sure you can relate to that. It's the same voice that, you know, when you see a great girl and you go, wow, she's pretty, I'd like to talk to her. But she wouldn't like you. She's going to reject you. You don't have a chance with her. Don't even think about it. You don't make enough money. You're not tall enough. You're not good looking. Whatever. You guys know the routine. So would it be of value to you guys to shut that down? I think so. So let me give you a method to be able to shut that down. Now, hope you guys are doing your energy exercises I taught you last week. If we have time, I'll go over them. It's getting kind of late though, and I wanted to show you this new one. Okay, so do you remember I said that low vibration energy has people, places, activities, and locations? Locations. Well, in the body, the location of the strongest effect of low vibration energy is in your head. What I mean by that is when your consciousness and your thinking is in your head, that low vibration energy's got you. Because thinking can be a low vibration energy activity. It can also be a high vibration energy, but it's a low vibration energy activity. So let me explain what that means. There's three forms of thinking. New content, write this down, forms of thinking. There's high vibration energy, three thinking. There's situational outcome thinking, There's closed loop thinking, and there's open loop thinking. So situational outcome thinking is when I say, I'm thirsty. I think I'll have a glass of water. Desire fulfilled. I better make my lunch before work tomorrow, so I'll have a brown bag lunch tomorrow. I better put the garbage out because tomorrow's garbage day. So in other words, I have a thought that has an outcome. Fulfill that outcome. I better plan my vacation. Okay, I better make an appointment with the barber or the shoe shine guy or the car mechanic. In other words, so situational thinking is I have a situation, I take care of it. Okay, that's what we mostly do in our operational situational thinking, situational outcome thinking. We have a situation, we have an outcome, we take care of it. Closed loop thinking is when you ask yourself questions that you don't know the answer to. Ask yourself questions that you don't know the answer to. So I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. I wonder if my boss is going to be in a good mood. He looked at me kind of funny today. Might not be in a good mood. He's been looking at me funny. Maybe he doesn't like me. Maybe somebody told him something about me. Maybe he might fire me tomorrow. Maybe I might be without a job. Maybe, that's an example of closed loop. Going round and round and around in a loop that there's no answer for. Round and round. Gee, they just had a massive layoff at Yahoo or Google, or they're laying off employees. Hope the economy doesn't go down. Oh, I can't stand another recession. What if there's another recession? Oh my gosh, do I have enough saved? See where that's going? Loop, thinking about things. I don't know the answer to, but what's the energy? It's usually always low vibration energy. And if it isn't, when you start, it's usually by the time you finish, like with the boss situation. Whenever you're in a closed loop situation, that's low vibration energy. Low vibration energy. So this is going to help you guys a lot, because what's going to take you out a lot of your anxiety and stress is when you're thinking about something that you don't know the answer to. That's a closed loop thinking. What's going to happen tomorrow? I don't know. What about next week? I don't know. I wonder if the situation I'm dealing with is going to work out. What if it doesn't? What if it doesn't work out? I'm dating this girl. She didn't return my phone call. Why didn't she? Maybe she's dating another guy. Maybe she doesn't like me. Closed loop, closed loop, closed loop. Closed loop thinking, low vibration energy. Closed loop, low vibration energy. So immediately when you spot yourself going into any kind of closed loop thinking, you want to go, whoa, closed loop thinking, low vibration energy. Now, open loop thinking is asking yourself questions, but moving in high vibrational energy. So if you notice, when I'm in closed loop thinking, I'm asking myself questions. What if it doesn't work out? What if the boss is going to fire me? What if there's a recession? What if there's, what am I focusing on? Low vibration energy activities. I'm focusing on the worst that could happen. Open loop thinking is asking same questions, but instead of putting me into fear, anxiety, and panic, which is low vibration energy, if I'm going to ask myself questions, which we ask ourselves questions about that we don't know the answer to, why not connect to high vibrational energy? Why don't we connect to the energy that feels good, that's open, that's free, that's unlimited, that's connected to all possibilities, that's abundant, that's joyous? How do you do that? By asking questions like, gee, I wonder how I can get any better than this. I wonder how I can grow in my job. Maybe the boss really likes me. Maybe the boss is going to give me a raise, maybe a promotion. That girl that she can call me back yet. Cool. Well, maybe it'll work out. Maybe I'll find somebody better. What would that be like? Either her or someone better. Yeah, that feels good. Yeah. I wonder what's happening. There's the economy, what's going on. Well, when one part of the economy tanks, another part of the economy grows. Maybe I should figure out what part of that economy is growing and moving and be a part of that. What else is possible? How do I grow? How do I learn? How do I evolve? Notice when you ask yourself those questions, it feels good. Why? Because remember this, energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. So whatever I have my attention on, whatever energy I have I'm focused on, I'm going to create more of. Because you guys got to realize another energetic law, which is energy expands. So doesn't matter whether it's low, doesn't matter whether it's high. All energy expands. So if I'm in a low vibration energy and I keep staying in low vibration energy, that energy is going to expand and become stronger and have more of an influence on me. And since I know what it wants to do with me, I want to stay out of that energy. I want to stay in a high vibration energy. I want to feel good. I want to be transparent, open, honest, free, joyful, blessed, gratitude, blessings, because I know I'll get more of the goodness. Okay? So, reiterate again. 3 types of thinking. Situational outcome thinking, which is I have to do something, I'm going to take action to do it. I got to complete a task, let's do it. I have a desire, I complete it. Closed loop thinking. What if? What if this happens? What if this happens? What? I wonder what she's going to do. I wonder what she's thinking. I wonder if this thing's going to work out. I hope. And you're asking yourself questions and you don't know the answer to it. But by going round and round, round and round, eventually goes down. Remember that. So catch yourself this week in any closed loop thinking. Okay, and then open loop thinking is just turning it around, flipping it over. Hey, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. What if something good happens? What if it works out even better than I thought it could? You know, what if I get that raise? You know, what if a new door opens up for me tomorrow? How good will that be? How good will I feel? How did I get so lucky to be me? Wow, how cool is that? That's open loop thinking. And what you're going to learn here in energetic awareness is that this universe, it's an interactive universe. Remember I said we're sending and receiving signal? So what I'm putting out comes back to me. So do you remember I said last week, I had you write it down, life doesn't come to me, it comes from me. So whatever my energy is putting out there, and it's going to come back to me. It's an interactive universe. What I put out comes back to me. Law of karma, you guys know that. But especially energetically, people go, why do bad things happen to me? Why does my life suck? Why are people so screwed? Well, because you're in low vibration energy and you're putting out, you're asking questions to the universe that it'd be happy to, it matches, the universe just matches your energy. It doesn't match your words, it matches your energy. You're putting out low vibration energy, you're radiating low vibration energy, you're going to get it back. You guys know people like that. You know people that's like, oh, he's complaining, oh, his life sucks, always, I like to keep working, and when's quitting time? You know those kind of people? They're just low vibration energy magnets. And nobody likes to be around that, except other low vibration energy, right? So you got the whiners club or the complainers club. Consequently, high vibration energy attracts more of the same. So I'm going to be going over specific techniques on the next class to put yourself in high vibrational energy and get out of the low. We're about out of time now, but I want to run over the exercise that we did last week just to leave you guys in high vibrational energy and ask you guys any last questions that you have. Gave you a lot of content tonight. Hope you guys are on top of it. Glenn, after doing the exercise, it seems like high vibration energy is blissful and calm. Yes. Okay, Twan, I already answered that question. See if there's any more. You guys give me some questions to hit you with, to answer. Anything that's not clear? can I view closed loop thinking as a negative, thought loops and open loops thinking as a positive? Yes, you can. Closed loop thinking is negative, thought, and open loop is positive. If you notice, I don't talk too much about positive and negative because you guys already heard that. You've already heard people say, think positive, just be positive, think positive. You guys know that. You guys have heard that a million times. Don't be negative, be positive. Well, how long does that work for? You're positive until something happens that pisses you off, right? And then you're going to be negative about it. That's your instinct. Energetic awareness comes from a different place. It comes from a place of understanding energy and understanding how energetic laws work. You know, and I don't use the positive because it's so overrun. Positive attracts positive, negative attracts negative. That's true, but usually that's not enough to keep somebody from going on from going into a negative place. So when you understand the energetic laws, it's like, remember when we were teenagers? You know, people told us what to do. Don't do this. Don't do that. You know, and we're like, screw you. Don't tell me what to do. In fact, a lot of us said, you want me to do this? Well, I'm going to do that. You want me to go here? I'm going to go here. You don't want me to do this? I'm going to do it. So many of us, you know, were rebellious. And, you know, we proved our point that we didn't do what we were rebellious, but for a lot of us, we caused ourselves a lot of pain. You know, that rebellion brought us in the low vibration energy. And a lot of us regret it. I know I do a lot of the stuff that I did when I was younger because I was an angry young man, okay, filled with low vibration energy, as most of us are. You know, we're going through what we've gone through. So that's the process here, is to transform ourselves from low vibration energy to high vibration energy. Now, if someone told me, hey, Glenn, you know, here's the situation. If you do these things, you're going to attract low vibration energy. If you do drugs, you know, if you hurt people, if you steal things, if you vandalize stuff, or whatever kids do, you're gonna cause low vibration energy to yourself, and it's not going to stop there. It's going to continue on. Well, if somebody had sat down and explained this to me, you know, when I was a teenager or at least in college, I would have saved myself a whole lot of pain that I wouldn't have had to go through, and you too. But it is what it is, and at least we've got the information now. So this is what can make a really big difference, I believe, in talking to youth and being able to explain things to people. You know, because positive, negative pretty much doesn't work. You know, don't do this and don't do that. If we don't understand why and aren't really clear the consequences, we're going to do it anyway. So this, if you haven't gotten out, I hope I'm blowing your minds. Your cookie should be popped when you realize you're able to see things that most people can't see. You're able to see with new glasses invisible energies and understand how they work and how you can benefit from them in every way possible. Okay, a couple more questions. Is this new exercise about shutting down the ego mind? It's going to be about recognizing it and lowering its effect on you. How to get out of the lethargy and tired state. Yeah, new exercise this week. New exercises this week. All right. Guys, keep wanting more. I like that. All right. So let me give you one to work on this week. And it's a whole series, but I want you to be aware of this. You ever heard the phrase, the guy's in his head, you're in your head? Our primary, when we're in stress and anxiety or in low vibration energy, we're primarily processing from this location. Our location is primarily thinking from here, we're breathing from here, our consciousness is from here up. Now I know You know, of course, we got the brain in there, but our consciousness, as people are finding out, is not just located here. We have a heart consciousness. We even have a gut consciousness. So we have, you know, they even say that there's more neurons operating in the gut than there are in the brain. So what I want you to practice is I want you to practice moving out of your head and moving down to the bottom part of your spine. Okay, so I'm going to lead you in an exercise to do that. So write this down. Focus. Write this down. 5. F-I-V-E. F-I-V-E. Stands for focus, intention, experience. Focus, intention, visualization, pardon me. Focus, intention, visualization, experience. What that means is when we focus, when we intend, when we visualize, we create experience, especially when it comes to moving energy. So your first exercise in being able to move energy is to close, everybody close your eyes. Close your eyes for a minute. Now I want you to listen to that chatterbox in your head. Just let it rip. Just let it rip. Yak, 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 yak. You're not enough. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't have done that. What time is it? You gotta go to work. My boss an asshole. I got other people. I don't make enough money. Just listen to all that crap going on in your head. Got it? All right. Now, I want you to imagine that that consciousness, that operating system, is going to move down like it's in an elevator. And that consciousness is going to move down your head, move down your neck, move down your chest, move down all the way to the bottom part of your spine so that you're sitting on it. You're sitting on it. So your consciousness now is shifted from being in your head all the way down to the bottom part of your spine, which will hence from this call from this moment on your center point, bottom part of your spine. Okay, so keep your consciousness down there and just lock it in. Whether you chain it, padlock it, weld it, so that you're thinking from down there. You're breathing from down there. You're operating from down there. We're going to talk about this big time because these are major body shifts that create, that dissolve and disconnect energy and get it down here, okay? So stay there for a minute. Now feel the floor underneath your feet. Put your hands on your thighs. And you want a new exercise? I'm gonna give you, they're called butt squeezes. Butt squeezes. So what you're doing is you're squeezing your butt, your PC muscle. We're gonna do an exercise of 7. So I'm gonna lead you. And on the 7th one, we're gonna hold it for the count of 7. Here we go. Squeeze those butt cheeks, squeeze them, release. 2, squeeze them, squeeze, 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 release. Number 3, squeeze, 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 release. Number 4, squeeze, 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 release. Number 5, squeeze, squeeze, release. Number 6, squeeze, 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 release. Number 7, squeeze it now for the count of 7. Squeeze it. 1, 2, 3. Squeeze it. 4, 5. Squeeze it. 6, 7. Release. Take a breath. closed. Keep concentrating on your center point, your consciousness at your center point, breathing from down there, thinking from down there. It's your place of power. It's your base of operations. Feel that floor underneath your feet? Let's take a couple of breaths. Here we go. Inhale. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale. Breathe with me. Get all the air out. Pause. Next breath. Inhale. Inhale through the nose. Big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath. Hold. Exhale. One more breath. Here we go. Inhale. Big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Okay. Now breathe normally. Feeling the floor underneath your feet with your conscious center point at the bottom part of your spine. So what we've done is we've disengaged. Remember that word, disengaged, from being into our head, where all the confusion is, where that emotional terrorist reigns, and we've moved down using the elevator visualization, using the formula focus, intention, visualization creates experience. Move down that elevator down to the bottom part of our spine, the center point. And now our consciousness is down there, thinking from there, breathing from there, operating from there. The hows, whys, and how all this works, I'm going to explain in our next class. But this, you wanted the exercise, I'm giving it to you. Now, feel the floor underneath your feet. Take a breath. Now, notice the difference. Just keep your eyes closed and be focused at the bottom part of your spine. Notice how it's quieter down there. Notice how there's more space. Notice that the thoughts, that the loud voice has gotten a lot quieter. So, focus, intention, and visualization directs energy. And when you direct energy, you can change the energy. Okay, so take another moment and just get used to having your consciousness be at your center point. So you're out of your head, you're into your lower body, feeling the floor underneath your feet, feeling your knees, your hands on your knees and your thighs. Do 3 butt squeezes now. 1, 2, 3. Locked and loaded in your lower body. How cool is that? That disconnects and disengages the ego mind. Now, there's more to that. There's more to be done here, but this is the start. So practice this exercise up this week, along with the other ones I gave you last week. I don't have time to go over them now. I got time to answer a couple more quick questions. Anything around this? And then we'll call it. All right. Is watching porn and masturbating low vibration energy? Yes. Because what does it make you do? That's a whole other thing we'll talk about. Didn't I mention this? Did I talk about the sex energy? I thought I mentioned that. I'll go over it again. So here's the thing. All right, Lewis, hit me up for that next week when we start, because that's an important subject, because I know most of you guys are doing that. And here's the thing. You just want to be aware of the energy about it. You guys are energy. So your sperm is your life force energy, and you need it. So I recommend, at least for this week, just curtail it. And if you do, I'll congratulate you next week and show you why you just went into high vibrational energy for it. Now, am I saying, jerking off is not right? Now, people do it, but you have to be aware of the energy around these things. And there's a reason why people are addicted to porn. And there's a reason why people are addicted to jerking off. And usually after they get through doing it, they don't feel good about it. So we'll talk about that next week. Okay. How do you stop doing it? Well, you keep your right hand from this location. Do that for next week. Keep this hand from this location. Okay. And here's a tip. I know I'm being a little facetious, but here's the thing. When you get the urge to jerk off, do your energy exercises. Remember this? The head, the ears, the forehead, the chest. Remember that? All those, taking a breath, the cross-legged breathing exercises. That's the best way to be able to combat that. Because that's puts you, usually when people go in to masturbate, they're foggy, or they're kind of horny, or they're kind of, their energy's completely out of whack. Now, if there are different circumstances for doing it, but people mostly do that to medicate. They don't like the way they feel, kind of bored, look at porn, look at it long enough, you're going to get horny, and then you're going to act, do that. So do the energy work first, because it's better saying right or wrong. No right or wrong, just saying everything's an energy. Okay, that's what you're learning from me. Okay, a couple more questions here. So does duality exist within every concept? It does in the physical world. Yes, duality resides in every concept in the physical world. And you ask me, well, what other world is there? Stay tuned, I'm going to tell you. Okay. Let's see any more. Let's see any new questions here. You guys cool? I feel tired all the time. I sleep 8 hours a night. Andreas, do your energy exercises in the morning, and do them before you go to sleep, or do them within an hour before you go to sleep. If you're sleeping 8 hours a night and you're still tired, there's something up. So we'll have to investigate what that is. Do you recommend this before I do my study and homework? Do your energy exercises before you study and homework. Absolutely. You guys, before you need any brain power, absolutely. I had a student last night who was taking his medical exams, and he asked to do a session before he did the exams, or the night before. And so I led him through the energy exercises and a few more stuff that I haven't done yet. And he just texted me today and said he aced both exams. So absolutely, do them. When you mean a butt squeeze, you mean the PC muscle. Let's see. I mean the PC muscle, but your glutes are still moving. Your glutes are still moving a little bit when you're doing the PC. That's what I mean by the butt squeeze. It's the same thing, like you got to take a leak, but you're trying to hold it. It's those same muscles. That's a powerful exercise, you guys. It has so many dividends you can't believe. I'll talk about it more next week. Just ask me about it. Very powerful exercise. I do them every day. You should too. I'm a web developer. How do I perform better at work? Right now, Austin, do your energy exercises that I taught you last week. Practice this exercise, and the next week I'm going to give you a whole system that you can use every morning to move into to move low vibration energy out and high vibration energy in. So make sure you're on class next week. This content is so Rasmus. Is there something you can do in the interaction or episodes where you experience fear to shift to high vibration? Yeah. So Rasmus, all fear is in your head. Move out of your head. All low vibration energy is in your head. And I'll give you this last point. Going way over, but you guys want it, I'm here to deliver. So you guys, it's NBA season. When a guy's on the free throw line, you know, and it's the last 2 points, and these free throws could make the difference between winner or loser, winning or losing. What does the opposite coach do? And the guy's just about to shoot his free throw. What does he do? What does he do? Timeout. What is in football? What does the opposite coach do when the guy's about to make a field goal that's going to be the tiebreaker and win the game? What does the opposite coach do? Timeout. Why? So that the opposite player can think about it. So hopefully he'll go into a closed loop thinking. What if I don't make it? What if I screw this up? What if I blow the lead? What if I let everybody down? He's hoping that player is going to go into closed loop thinking. And it works about at least a third of the time. It freaks them out. They go into their head about it. So that's why I'm teaching you today. Today's just have the practice getting out of your head. We're going to really go over this next lesson, but at least you got a head start on getting out of your head, because that's where the fear is. No fear down here, man. That's your place of power. And that's what next class is going to be all about. All right. Any more questions, guys? Coming up on top of the hour. This class is really supposed to be about an hour and a half, but I don't mind hanging out. I love this. I love bringing this to the world. Okay? I think that's good. All right. So you guys are good to go. You got plenty of content. Please go over your notes. And again, this class will change your life. This is life-changing. You know, my private students pay me thousands of dollars per session to go over this that you guys are getting for a song. So take it seriously. You know, if you've never taken anything seriously or really gone for the gusto on something, do it with this. It'll change your life, and it'll bring you high vibration energy like you've never experienced before. And that's my purpose, to bring you all high vibration energy and lift you up. So stay in high vibration energy this week, you guys. See if you can find someone that you can be of service or do something nice for someone that can't pay you back, and that'll put more in your high vibrational energy account. All right, until then, this is your Energy Master signing off. I'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place, same station. All right, you guys, bye for now.